Hello everyone, my name is Ian. Welcome back to my hobby YouTube channel, In Brief Book and Film Reviews. So I got a really good film that I wanted to review today for you guys, and that this film is a 1998 crime drama film, and it's got a great cast in it. And this film is called Money Kings. Okay, so Money Kings is a really good film, and that's got a great cast. And I'll just give you some details about before I explain about the film and that. I don't want to go too much into the film and that, because if I do, I'm going to spoil the plot for you. And it's important with this film because it kind of leads you right until the end to see what the final plot is, and it's important that I don't spoil it. So I've written down a little bit about it. I'll tell you what the explanation of the film and that, and then I'll tell you what I got from it myself and that after watching it. Okay, so so it's Money Kings. It was released in 1998. It's a crime drama film. Director is Graham Theakston, who I think is an English director. He would have been in various stuff as well. I don't know if anyone can remember The Bill. It's like an English television program series that ran for a certain time. I don't think it's now. It's still going now at the moment. I think it's finished and that, but it was good at the time. Some good shows that they used to put on, or episodes. The cast is Peter Falk, who we all know, Columbo, who would have been Columbo in the 1970s and 80s. He's like a police investigation officer. If you haven't, don't know who Peter Falk is or know who Columbo is, I suggest go online and that, go on YouTube and just put in Columbo and that. I'm sure most of you would have heard him and that, but if you don't, and that, if you're tuning in and you don't know who he is, watch him. He's a great actor, really good actor and that, you know. Colm Meaney, so he would have been like the curly haired Irish guy with the no, Star Trek. I think he was in Star Trek. Yeah, he was in other stuff as well, other Irish films and that, but some people might not know them and that. The Snapper and Van. So yeah, so had him in it as well. Had Frank Vincent. So he was the unfortunate mob guy that got butchered or slain in the film The Goodfellas 1990. Go home and get your shine box. So he would have got beaten up by Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro in the film and that. I can't think of what the name, Jimmy Conway, and I can't think of the Joe Pesci's character's name there. It also had Tyne Daly, so she would have been like an actress that she starred in Cagney and Lacey. That was like a 70s and 80s double chick kind of detectives, kind of team and that. Something similar maybe to the review I did on Maura Isles and I can't think of the second name, Rizzoli and Maura Isles Files or something, and that from the review of the book I did. Tess Gerritsen, I can't think of the name of the book that I'm after, but anyway, it's something similar to that. She was Cagney and Lacey. I did recognise her in it. Now she did put on a lot of weight. I think it was like 15 years from the last episode or something, 12-15 years from the last episode of Cagney and Lacey. So obviously she she was getting older in years, so I didn't quite recognise at the start. She played Peter Falk's Columbo's, who was actually named Vinny in the film, dear friend, you know. So yeah, it's good. Tony Sirico, so he would have been Sopranos. Tony Sirico, you'll know him straight away. You'll see him. He's the guy from Sopranos. He's probably the most second well-known face next to James Gandolfini. I think that's how you pronounce his second name. Yeah. Lauren Holly, the beautiful Lauren Holly, played a really good part in it, actually, in that. I felt sorry for her character, but she got her revenge. She played sorry. Yeah, she was good character in it. Anyway, Timothy Hutton. Yeah, so he's I don't know. I think he's an English actor. I'm not too sure on that, but or maybe an American actor. I'm not too sure, but he was in it as well. Freddie Prinze Jr. and that's that handsome young chap there on the front cover, and yeah, he played a good part in it. He's probably the most probably the weakest actor out of all of them. Yeah, looking at it, but he still performed pretty decently in that, I have to say. And I don't when I say weakest, I don't mean to disrespect him in that. He just, you could see he was very green and he's acting at that time, you know. But he was still played a really good part in it, and his acting skills were good. Had some other good characters, other people in the characters in it. There's too many to mention that. So basically, the film was based on a kind-hearted pub owner. He's like an Irish diaspora guy, and that, you know, and he's an underground bookmaker, a loan shark, and that's Peter Falk, Columbo, who plays what's called a Vinny in it. That's his name, the character Vinny, and he draws out the anger of the mob with his relaxed attitude about collecting gambling debts and that, and that's basically the fundamental thing in regards to how the whole incident blew up on that. Okay, so between backstabbing, paranoia, stealing, and the situation develops between a mob soldier, this guy here, and mob soldiers, where he full of lust and greed, and you know, I don't want to spoil it, as I said, fires and that, but he gets involved and tangled himself in something that Vinny doesn't like, and Vinny has to make that conscious decision. Right, the only way I do this is it has to go one way or the other, you know. So it's his life or the other guy's life, and that. See, I probably already said too much already. He decides to step in for the person that he needs to protect, and to protect his own family, who had nothing to do with mob life or anything like that. You know, he weren't even under any. They didn't even know anything about what was going on. To be honest with you, you know. And he has to make a conscious decision what to do and that, and he makes it, you know, over a few shots of whiskey, might I add, and that. So yeah, it's a really good film with that. So what I got most out of it was just another example of you know, the cockroaches within the mob. Not all mob guys would be into the loan shark and stuff and taking advantage of what you call straight goers, straight goers and that, you know, or civilians as they're known. In American terms and that, you know, and you know, and how it can rip people's family apart and that, you know, how their actions and their deeds can rip people's families apart and that. So, and how it took the strength of, you know, of, you know, a high degree and immense degree of one man's ability to recognize and basically then to sacrifice himself for the, you know, to ultimately save others. I just wrote all that down for, you know, like what I thought of it and that, you know. So it was a really good film, and I have to say I definitely think it was worth a watch even to this present day now. You know, if you're looking for a decent kind of like semi-decent mob movie and that, I would recommend this. And I love going back on these films that I haven't seen and that, because you do sometimes when you're watching some stuff you know, online and that, or you're hearing all mob tales and stuff, and they actually, the mob bosses might mention a film of a guy that was in, you know, a film like this, Money Kings, or another film and stuff and that, you know. And it's always great to see these films, because I often wondered what certain mob guy thought of to call it this type of you know, in a Bronx Tale or something like that, or the Goodfellas. It's nice to hear what they actually thought of it, you know, a real mob guy in that. So it was good to watch this film, and that, I have to say, Peter Falk's acting in that was just sublime. It really was. You could see he left others like you know, Colm, Meaney, and Prince Jr. and other ones, just he left them for dust, and that. He's such a great actor in that, you know, like. And I never used to watch any of his stuff and that, and I sat down one time and just for the crack and that, I sat down and watched Columbo, and then I just like fell in love with the whole Columbo thing, and that it was really good. Yeah, so that's it for today. I wish everyone a blessed day today, and stay positive, and that's it for me. So I'll be reviewing another book next week, and this book will be Help Me Mummy. It's a book that I spoke to the author about and that, so I'll be reviewing that next week, and that it's a short book, so it won't be that much of a big review. But until then, thanks very much for watching, and I will see you again next week. All the best. Bye bye.